Hey, this is Kelly from the Dolly Rots, and you are listening to Our Brains Hurt.
Well, they needed a jingle for their stupid little show, so they called up the Jasons and we said, fuck no. Then they called us again and they gave us $20 and we wrote them a song that said, your podcast sucks. Then they gave us more money and they asked us really nice and we finally gave in and we said, alright, I'll write you a song, but it's gonna be a clone of a Screeching Weasel song that we heard a while ago. So we wrote them a jingle and it sounded really rad. It was the best little jingle that their podcast ever had, but the file got corrupted and the email didn't work. Now they're stuck without a jingle singing Our Brains Hurt. Our brains hurt, our brains hurt, our brains hurt. Our brains hurt, our brains hurt, our brains hurt. Our brains hurt, our brains hurt, our brains hurt. Our brains hurt, our brains hurt, our brains hurt. In a very non-copyright infringing sort of way.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Our Brains Hurt. Real quick, if you're in the DC area, on May 11th, we're having Kepi Gooley come out to the pie shop with openers, the Stivs, who are members of the Huntingtons, and Dickie Devil and the Deviants from Philly. That's May 11th. Kepi Gooley at the pie shop in DC. Go to pieshopdc.com or go to ourbrainshurt.com and click on events and then click on the flyer for tickets. This episode is brought to you by PunkBox. Head over to punkboxrocks.com. That's punkboxrocks.com for your monthly subscription service to punk rock merch. Everything you would find at a punk rock merch table at a punk show, sent to your house once a month. This could include stickers, button patches, koozies, vinyl, cassettes, CDs, everything you could think of. Once a month. It's an awesome subscription service. punkboxrocks.com. This show is also brought to you by Merch Slut. Head over to merchslut.com for awesome band t-shirts, punk rock band t-shirts. Merch Slut gets her shirts directly from the band or the label. These are not cheap knockoffs. She also has a wide array of awesome punk rock merch. Merchslut.com. Now, let's get to the show.
All right. So what's up, Ron?
Hey, what's going on? Good to see you.
Yeah.
Just saw Night Demon last
I'm
week.
so jealous.
Dude, well, first of all, it was weird being in a metal crowd because I think that might have been my first metal show that besides like Guar shows.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that crowded. There was 3 bands on the bill, and they added a fourth that opened. So I had to sit through like 2.5 bands before Night Demon played third. And I was that guy who wore the t-shirt to the concert. I was wearing my red Night Demon t-shirt. But it turns out it was a good thing because during the second band, I was kind of like creeping up because I wanted to get right up against the stage with a barrier. They had like a barricade, whatever. And you know, the second band was on their last couple of songs, and I had this Diet Coke in my hand. I was like, let me throw this away because I bought some vinyl and I wanted to have one hand free to take some pics. So I go up to the bar and there's a trash can there. I toss it in the trash can and I turn around and I bump into this dude. And I'm like, oh shit, sorry, man. And he turns around and he taps me on the shirt where it says Night Demon. He's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, man. And I look at him, it's fucking Jarvis, the singer for Night Demon. I was like, oh shit. And he shook my hand and laughed. And then he kind of he just went backstage, but it was funny, man. So I was, man, they're so good live. They put on a show. Like they're like, they have like, you know, this crazy, like, coordinated intro and like
I've seen pictures, man, and like video, and like, oh, it looks so fun.
Yeah, they're really good. Yeah, so fucking good. But yeah, it was cool. That's
fucking rad. I had a little interaction this past weekend as well.
Oh yeah,
I went to a show down in Richmond.
Nice.
Yeah, and there was two bands actually that played this show that were like huge fans of the podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah. One band. I mean, we should probably have both of them on at some time. Mm-hmm. Well, the one guy's from this band called Good Men Do Nothing.
Okay.
They're from up in your area. I believe they're in Maryland.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I had met one of the guys before, and I think you have too. I think we met him at the pie shop.
Okay.
Like, it's funny to say because I couldn't exactly remember where I had met him at, and it's probably multiple times, but I know I met him because I fucking remember, you know? Yeah. So like they were super fucking cool. Like, and the band was
Nice.
rad too. Good Men Do Nothing is a rad fucking band.
Cool.
Like super fucking rad. And all those dudes are mad cool.
Cool.
Yeah, it was fun showing up to a show, with people being like, "Hey, dude, love the podcast,
Hell
love the yeah, it was spreading the brand."
Hell yeah.
But another band from West Virginia too. Some of those guys are fans. Controlled Chaos.
Okay.
Another good band. It was a fun show, man. Like,
That's cool.
yeah, the Chupacabra show.
Oh, nice.
They're always great.
Yeah.
Um,
Our boys in Chupacabra.
yeah.
Big
Who,
dudes.
hey, we're probably gonna have back on here soon. So
Yeah.
I think they got a new song or something coming out here real soon.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, good people, great night, man. Rad show in Richmond. Like, place was packed. People were going crazy. Everybody
Awesome.
loved it. Yeah, all the bands were great.
Good shit.
Oh, dude, it was such a fun show. Like, that's one of the funnest shows I've been to in a long time.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it reminded me of one of our shows at the Pie Shop. Like,
Awesome.
And this is shows outside of our own shows at the Pie Shop, because of course our shows are the best.
Oh, of course. Well, yeah, that goes without saying.
Yeah, I'm putting those aside because I'm gonna be humble about this.
Ain't no show like an OBH show.
That's right. Yeah, so aside from our own shows, because obviously of those, there are shows,
Hell yeah.
I have a great time at every single one. But outside of our own shows, some shows can be a little stagnant sometimes.
Yeah.
Not the funnest. You obviously always love seeing the bands, but
Right.
this was not that. This was amazing.
Very cool.
Yeah, everyone had a blast.
Awesome.
Speaking of which, since we're on the show thing, Thursday night,
May 11th. Oh, no.
No. Actually, this coming Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
This episode will be out.
I'm not gonna be able to go, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right then.
Yeah.
That's settled.
You're going though, right?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe schmooze up with some Sam I Am a little bit. See if I can.
I wanted to stay and talk to Night Demon. It's funny. I was like against the stage, like I said, and I was waiting, and they were like, they have like a roadie who was breaking their shit down. I was like, I'm gonna get one of those fucking set lists. I don't know. Is that just a punk thing? The set list?
No. People take metal set lists.
Okay, because like nobody was like, they had like three set lists. And,
I mean, it might not be as popular,
Yeah. And I was sitting there and like nobody else was saying anything. And I just yelled to the road. I was like, "Yo, can I get the set list?" He's like, "Yeah." And he just hands it to me. I was like, "Awesome,
thanks, dude."
And I stuck around for like 10 or 15 minutes to see if they were going to come out to their merch table, but there was like a huge line. It was up in Philly. I had to drive home, so I was like, "Fuck it." But I did get a set list. So
I would love to get Night Demon on here. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Maybe we should.
I'll reach out to them. They have a podcast too.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know.
Yeah. If you go to their website, I don't know if it's nightdemon.com, but just Google Night Demon. They have
we'll vulture on the podcast.
Yeah.
They will totally be into this.
Yes, I know. Hell yeah. Bill was that was good with Bill. I knew he would have fun with that.
Chili cheeseburger.
Yeah, Tommy's.
Very specifically. What was the place called? I can't remember.
Tommy's.
Oh yeah, Tommy's.
Yeah. I listened back and it's just so funny. He's like, Tommy's like, oh.
I know I saw a comment on something today that was like on the Bill Stevenson episode, and somebody was like, he's like one of the guys.
Yeah, totally.
I was like, yeah,
that's exactly what it was.
Exactly what he is.
Yeah, it's so funny. That was a good episode. I listened to the whole thing. I don't usually listen to them, but that was a good one.
Yeah, that was one of the ones where, like, it's I don't know. It seemed weird to me. I figured that you would be spitballing left and right with him, but I feel like I had like way more questions to ask him than I thought I did.
Yeah. I had questions prepared, but I don't know. I'm trying to like stay away from questions.
Well, yeah, I mean, questions are good to have prepared.
Just for a backup, like
know what I mean? When there's a lull,
Yeah.
This is this podcast, right?
Right.
I know between the two of us, there's not really ever much of a lull, but
right.
Depending on the guest, it can happen from time to time. and it's good to have them prepared.
Yeah, I'd like to think of us as the engine and the tires, and they're behind the wheel.
Yeah,
It's their episode, whatever. If they want to talk about an obscure song from the Go-Go's and look for it for 10 minutes, that's totally cool.
I did listen to those Go-Go songs, and they
Yeah, they're
are
good.
great.
They
And
are
I
good.
totally hear early descendants in them.
Yes.
Like totally. Yeah.
Yes. Like that. Like if you could put Milo in there singing, and one of those
Yep.
songs could be on Milo,
And
Goes
it's
to
a
College.
Descendants song immediately. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. It made total sense when I heard that. Crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
But nobody knew about those songs back then because that album wasn't released till 1994.
That's
and it was a
crazy.
whole bunch of old demos. I'm sure those demos were put out, on their own at some point in like a very select few.
God, imagine having one of those cassettes from like,
oh my God,
back then.
Those don't even exist anymore.
Yeah, no.
God, maybe there's
sure
probably like less than
there.
a dozen. Yeah. Fucking cassette tapes. My cassette tape collection is growing, and I'm not even trying to make it grow. I keep getting given cassette tapes.
Yeah.
A very good friend of mine was going through a bunch of his old shit recently, and found some old fucking Screech and Weasel cassette tapes.
Oh, nice.
Fucking Boogada Boogada Boogada.
Fuck yeah.
And oh shit, like the one with the dude with the dynamite strapped on him. Why can't I think of the name of this?
Wiggle?
Yeah. I just was gifted those two originals on cassette tape. So I have an original Boogada 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 on cassette tape.
Oh, that's so
and it's in like
cool.
really good condition.
Nice.
Like it doesn't like it looks like it was maybe listened to like just a few times.
Nice.
Yeah. And then ever so graciously of the PunkBox ladies, I received my this month's PunkBox.
Yes.
Thank you guys as always. We love
they're
them.
awesome. They're rad.
Yeah. But yeah, there was the cassette tape in there too.
Yep. Yes, there was.
PunkBox is like one of the coolest fucking things.
It is.
Like ever. For people who want to get into more of like the real underground punk scene, PunkBox is a really, really great thing because it's easy to find like popular punk bands because Spotify suggests them or Apple Music suggests them. You want to find new music, there's plenty of suggestions everywhere, and it's usually not for like totally obscure bands. Sometimes you can find some obscure bands, but PunkBox, it's like bands that are wanting to get their shit out there that might not have the means to tour,
right?
Are giving their shit to the PunkBox ladies,
totally, and
getting them sent out over. So
it's like having a distributor.
It is like having a distributor, and it's a really rad thing to do. And I'm sure they do not profit off of this, like really whatsoever at all. But go get PunkBox. I'm dead serious. You will get some cool shit. There's always cool shit in those boxes.
Yeah.
I am very, very thankful that we have those ladies as friends in our lives.
Oh yeah, they're cool.
And continue to build. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shout out Brie and Amy.
Yeah, and I'm always getting like vinyl, man. I'm always getting like fucking a 7-inch or something,
Yep.
And that's fucking cool. And that means that a band like gave up some fucking vinyl that they paid, their hard-earned money for just to get it sent out there.
Yeah. It's better than sitting on a shelf.
Yeah. I mean, it's sitting on my shelf now. Yeah. I mean, it's sitting on my shelf now, but the chance it gets listened to every once in a while are high.
Yeah, totally.
I know you're not specifically a Star Wars fan, Ron.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm not a hater.
Yeah.
I'm just not a freak.
But the season finale of season 3 of The Mandalorian, by the time this episode comes out, is going to have happened.
Gotcha.
And so all you listeners out there, my mind has been blown.
Okay.
In the future of the past of what you're listening to. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. My mind hole has been blown in the future past.
The Time Traveler. The Time Traveler show reviewer.
That's right.
Yeah, I haven't watched. I'm not. Yeah,
you might like that one.
I might, but you know what? It's like I barely have times for things that I don't know.
Were
I don't know.
you so I'm not a Game of Thrones guy. Were you a Game of Thrones
Huge
guy?
Game of Thrones freak. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like Game of Thrones in space, bro.
Yeah, but is there like Game of Thrones was awesome because it was like fucking titties by like all these hot chicks and shit too.
Okay, well, there's not titties.
Well, then I'm out.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Fuck the man.
That's fair. Fair.
So it's like Game of Thrones in space with no titties. No thanks.
It's I mean, there is titties. They're just like underclothes. You know?
No, that's not titties. It's clothes.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
I messed
don't
that one up.
No, my 16-year-old imagination is long gone. I need to see the titty.
Yeah, that's right. We don't have to deal with scrambled
Yeah.
Playboy channel or anything like that anymore.
Hell yeah. Spice. That was the shit.
Thing of the 90s.
Man, I remember just my friend Joe would call me and he'd be like, dude, turn on Spice. It's the fucking shit's coming in. Hell yeah.
Something messed up with their blocker,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Everybody's getting it today.
And you would time your beat to like the side of a nipple. Like, hell yeah. I hope that was a chick, but fuck it. I don't care.
I already got this far. I'm not stopping now.
Yeah, who knows how many dudes' nipples I've thrown beats to throughout the day.
Hopefully not too many.
Well, whatever.
No harm,
no foul.
Whatever, shit happens. Like in Roman times, they did dudes for fun.
Oh,
doing women was just for procreation,
Mostly Greece.
And I think there's still cultures in today's day and age that still do similar things like that. I have been told, because I've never been to Afghanistan, but I have been told that in certain areas of Afghanistan there is a thing called man love Wednesdays or man love Thursdays. I can't remember which one it is. Yeah. And like seriously, it's like if you ever have to go overseas and spend time in like countries like Afghanistan, don't go in the men's room on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Because you go, well, I mean, like unless you're into walking into the middle of a bunch of dudes in an orgy. If that's cool with you, then go right in there. But like
book your flights.
If you're not trying to like get in the middle of a fucking man love orgy, then don't go in the men's room on like Wednesdays or whatever day it is in Afghanistan. I think it was Wednesdays.
I've also heard that there's a saying, boys are for fun, women are for babies.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's basically a racist thing or not, but
no, it's not. It's just there's a lot of culture. Like I said, the Romans used to do that. Like it's a thing.
Yeah.
In
a
lot of different cultures.
Yeah.
Over throughout history.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's just, I don't know.
I mean, if you hang out with a woman long enough, you start to understand why.
I mean,
even the most beautiful woman in the world can make you. Maybe I'll try a dude.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that I've never muttered the statement, "Man, things would be so much easier if I was gay," but I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say I've never muttered that statement before. We're just two different genders, I guess. That just
there's no difference, Matt.
Things happen differently.
There is no difference between a man and a woman. This is getting cut out, obviously.
I mean, does it have to get cut out?
No.
I mean, we can have this conversation.
We can have this conversation.
Obviously, when you transition from something that is traditional into something that is not traditional, a lot of people tend to have problems with that. They have issues. They have, all right. So, the analogy, like no one likes change, right?
Right.
I mean, that stands true with what I'm saying. The people who don't want things to change get up in arms. They have emotional responses, you know, and probably say things back towards the people who want the change that they don't necessarily mean. It's an emotional response, and in the moment, it seems vicious. The people who want the change also tend to have a similar issue where instead of easing the people who don't want the change into said change, they tend to just put their fucking foot on the gas when they get the chance to. So like give an inch, take a mile kind of. And like, hey, maybe you should ease the people who don't want what you're throwing at them or spitting at them. Maybe you should ease them into it instead of just punching them in the fucking face. Because how often has life worked out by somebody saying, go fuck yourself?
Right, because what you're doing is, first of all, there's going to be people you're never going to win over. You just aren't.
Never.
It doesn't matter how.
Correct.
But what you're doing by being a fucking annoying pain in the ass about it is you're losing the people who might have been on your side at one point.
Correct.
What I don't give a fuck if you're trans. I don't care what you call yourself. I'll even I'll call you whatever you want me to call you. And I don't even give a fuck about using the bathrooms and shit. I was still on team whatever.
I'm the same too.
But when you start telling me that I'm a transphobe because I wouldn't date a trans woman, you start calling me names now, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. We live in this box. And I think a lot of it, honestly, like that whole like Dylan Mulvaney dude or chick, whatever the fuck, and the Bud Light, you've heard about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a part of me, and that part of me is growing day by day, that thinks that shit is like manufactured by the powers that be to stoke.
It's definitely propaganda. 100%. It's propaganda. Because like, how could it not be propaganda?
Right.
Like, I mean, literally, this is where this kind of stuff gets me, the movements.
Right.
When you have personal freedoms and people are okay with you having your own personal freedom to do whatever you want to do with your body, that is 100% completely and totally cool. I don't give a fuck what you do with your own body. That's you. I will love you no matter what you do with your own body, no matter who you are. I have no problems. I will be your friend. We'll have the greatest fucking times. You can dress like it. You could be a chick and dress like a dude. You can be a dude and dress like a chick. You can be trans. You can be gay. You can be lesbian, queer, whatever. I don't give a fuck. I will love you. It's when movements start,
right,
and there is leaders of movements that convince the mass of that movement to force things down everyone's fucking throat because everyone has to be a part of your movement.
Yeah, and
that's
leaders
when
of those
I have a problem.
Yeah, because they're usually motivated by power and money.
And and if they weren't at first, it becomes that.
Yes. Right.
And if you think people are good enough to not have that happen to them, or you or me, or you're a fucking idiot, because history tells you that it happens every fucking time.
Look at every government ever.
Yeah. It doesn't. This is why I say socialism, communism, capitalism, none of them are bad inherently. It's when people get their fucking dirty claws into them is when they become bad.
Yeah.
Like even communism is supposed to be a fucking like it's supposed to be a like heaven. It's supposed to be a place where everybody coexists equally. You do a job, everything's paid for. You don't have to live in poverty. But because it's state controlled,
right,
people start getting fucking crazy over it.
Totally. Because
the people that have control over it don't want to lose their control, and they start to, internalize everything and start forcing other people to think a certain way. I mean, communism's the easiest one to really have, like, create bad people in a dictatorship. That's why people don't like communism.
The less control that an individual has, the more power it's going to shift to somebody.
Exactly. It's a very easy for a single person to take over power in communism. That's why it's demonized so much.
Right.
But if the person who's in control actually adheres to the rules of what communism is supposed to be,
never going to happen.
It's supposed to be a utopia, but it'll never happen because humans can't fucking do that.
Right.
There's never been one instance of communism working as a fucking the utopia it's supposed to be on paper.
Yeah,
Never.
people think communists always think that the country's going to be like somebody put this on my I tweeted out a couple weeks ago, maybe last week, like, if you're punk rock and communist, how do you get past the government owning everything? And of course I got like a couple nasty fucking,
Yeah.
I don't know what real communism is. Okay. But then somebody wrote, and which I love this example. It's like, he's like, communists think that the whole world is going to be like a co-op grocery store, and they don't take into account people's need for power and shit like that.
Yeah,
Like, that's exactly right. That's
it's
exactly
beautiful.
right.
Because
Yeah.
co-op grocery stores are fucking amazing, but when you
Right.
translate to the government, it doesn't fucking work because
Right.
somebody always takes over everything because they have the ability to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the people who want power seek power. That's how it works. Those of us that should be in power will never be in power because the people that seek fucking power will
Right.
always undermine the people that should
Yeah.
be ruling. It's how humans fucking work.
Yeah.
It's the reason why we pair off in pairs. It's the same, man, woman, or
Right.
whatever. We man, woman.
Yeah.
We pair off for a very specific reason. I don't know if I think I talked about this maybe one other time, but it goes all the way back to like Neanderthals. Like they lived in these tiny little sects of maybe like 5 or 6 people, and the alpha male would like beat anybody down who tried to have sex with any of the chicks, and dude would be banging like 5 chicks maybe.
Yeah.
And finally they all like their own kids like banded together and started killing the alpha male because they wanted to have sex too.
Yeah.
And it just became this crazy thing of fucking killing over and over and over, killing kids, killing parents. And then at some point somebody was like, we have to stop this fucking madness. Like, all right, we all get one of who we love.
Yeah.
And we pair off. And it was successful. And fucking 400 some thousand years later, here we are still doing the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's maddening when you really think about everything. It's just
well, it's all rhetorical. Like it begins and ends at the same place every single fucking time. But yet there's always 1.5 million people who think they can fix it.
Yeah.
Instead of hey, instead of just going with the flow.
Right.
It's a simple thing. I had this conversation with somebody I work with today. When it really comes down to it, whether you're religious, whatever religion you believe in, whatever form of economics or, society you believe in, it really comes down to just one thing, like a very simple thing throughout life. Treat others how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
That's the very, I think, simplest form. If you're religious, most of your deities have expressed that very thing.
Yeah.
Treat others how you want to be treated. And that's the key to having a good life. And almost every deity throughout history has expressed that in one form or another.
All the deity.
Yeah.
As Bill would say.
And yet, that seems to be the hardest thing for anybody to ever do.
Yeah. Yeah. So you saw that we got monetized?
Yeah, we did.
Hell yeah, everybody! We get every download you do from now on, we get a 1.4 cents.
1.4. So keep those downloads flowing in, guys.
So somebody create a computer system, a computer, whatever. I don't even know what the fucking word is.
An algorithm.
An algorithm that just like does like 1 billion downloads an hour.
Totally won't get in trouble for that.
Not at all.
Saying that on a podcast.
Yeah.
My God, these guys are super popular in Cairo, Illinois. I thought that place was a wasteland.
Look how many people live in that one house.
I don't know if we've ever muttered this before. Anybody who listens to our show, I don't know if you guys know how podcasts work, but if you want to help us out, download the episode instead of streaming it.
Yeah.
I probably should have been saying this way earlier.
Yeah, it's true. We just figured it out on episode 130. That's how smart Matt and I combined are as smart as a 4-year-old.
Yep.
See, we
So
learn.
So is one man smarter then? Did we just figure out the answer to that
I don't
question?
I'm already lost. 1.4 cents.
All it takes is one click. And the episodes aren't even like a gig. They're like way less than that. They're like I think on some, I want to say they're less than 100 megabytes.
Probably.
They're like nothing to download.
Yeah.
Like you can download so many episodes without filling up like any sort of hard drive on your computer or on your phone. Hey, and if you really want to, you can download them both on your computer and your phone.
Yes, you can.
That's possible. And that counts as 2 downloads.
Yes. And call a friend. Tell them to do the same.
Tell them to do the same. Shameless.
Hell yeah.
Self-promotion.
I don't even know what the ad is for. The ad's for like some other podcast.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We're promoting another podcast on our podcast.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And if you download the episode, we get paid, not them.
That's right.
Oh, I got Matt Martin from Chupacabra gave me a little gift.
Okay.
This past weekend when
Is it a butt plug?
No. Okay. No, that would be a good gift though. Are you know what cheerwine is?
Is that cherry drink?
Well, yeah, it's like a soda, but
yeah.
You can get it at Cookouts. Do you know what Cookout is? The fast food restaurant?
I do. There's one in Kentucky. There's none up here.
There's one in Fredericksburg.
Okay.
This is the farthest north I've ever seen one. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know if there could be. There definitely could be one farther north than here. I've never seen one.
Yeah, I saw them when I took my daughter looking at schools down south.
Yeah, they're a lot in the south, but Cheerwine is like it's their soda,
Cool.
And it's kind of like a cherry soda. I don't know. It's pretty good. But Matt Martin gave me 2 Cheerwine ales.
Nice.
A company made a beer. You know what? I'm gonna go grab
Okay,
the other
do it.
Yeah, I'll show you. All right, so this is Noda Brewing Company.
Where are they out of?
Let's see, where are they out of? Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
And like Cheerwine is a big North Carolina thing.
Okay, so it's not just a cookout thing.
No, it's not just a cookout thing. It is a North Carolina thing.
Gotcha.
I think it's North and South Carolina, actually.
Okay.
Maybe Georgia too, but I know the Carolinas are big on Cheerwine.
Gotcha.
I'm not going to claim to know where it was started, but I'm pretty sure it was one of the Carolinas. But yeah, they've made this beer that's like you've had hard soda before, right?
Yeah.
It is kind of like a hard soda Cheerwine, but it is also
I've had that root beer, like Dad's root beer or whatever.
Yeah, and this is similar. Yeah. It tastes like Cheerwine, but it also tastes like beer, and it's really weird.
Okay.
I don't hate it. And the farther down, it's weird. The farther, it almost was better the warmer it gets. But the farther down I drank it, the more and more I liked it towards the end. The last sip was the best sip, which is not something that you usually say about beer.
Not at all.
Yeah. It's usually the opposite. Real weird. Yeah. But I like, so thanks, Matt. Much appreciated the Cheerwine. That was a great gift.
Yes.
He asked me if I could get the Baidan beers that
made.
And sorry, Matt, I will try, but I was reading an article today. They completely sold out for the second time now after they released it in less than 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I drove when I was driving home from work. I on Route 50 in Maryland. I drove under an overpass. There was a huge "Buy Dan" sign.
Yeah. As soon as the team sold, or they reported that the team is being sold, they sold out in under 2 hours, and then they just put a second thing out the other day, and that also immediately was sold out. So I don't know
whoever's the marketer for that beer.
Old Ox Brewery, I believe. Old Ox. Who is
Brewery?
It? I say Old Ox Brewery.
Old Ox, you're right. It is. Well, Nike needs to hire that person. Somebody needs to hire that
right
person.
Now, yesterday.
Yes. That was genius. You know what's maddening though is that I bet you Dan Snyder doesn't even know how much he's fucking hated in this area.
Oh, he knows.
You think so?
I know for a fact he knows.
Okay.
Because
I
like
hope he does.
he so does. Like,
Okay.
so I've heard stories, friends of friends who have been like electricians or plumbers or
Yeah.
grounds crew, maintenance people, lawn people who have worked at Snyder's house.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. And he makes the specific people that are going to be working at his house that day,
Mm-hmm.
or, multiple days for whatever they're doing, sign NDAs
Get the fuck out of here.
that within the NDAs say that they are not allowed to look him in the eye while they are there, or they will be kicked off the property and not asked back.
Jesus.
Yes, that is a real thing that he does. He also bribed. He also essentially bribed or blackmailed a fucking national park ranger to make the protected trees that he cut down on the hill behind his property so he could have a better view of the fucking Potomac River.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's in McLean. His giant mansion was in McLean.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
this is a huge story. If anybody ever wants to look it up, I don't know it word for word, but there was one ranger, there was another ranger, and one guy looked into stuff and ended up getting fired because of it, because another guy was like maybe being like bribed or paid under the table or something. But these trees were on federal property and they were protected trees, and he had them all cut down. Somehow he was allowed to have them all cut down. So just so you could have a better view of the Potomac River.
What a dick.
I know. That's just one of the many things.
McLean is a nice area, man.
Oh my God, dude.
When I was in when I graduated college, I still lived in College Park for like a few months. I think I had graduated. And I remember like for like a month or two, I cleaned pools. That was a weird job, man.
God, you were a pool boy?
I was a pool boy for like
a month. Oh my God. How much sex did you get?
Oh, every day. I mean, it was just me jerking off in women's bathrooms, but if that counts as sex, every fucking day, baby.
So being a pool guy, it's not like in the dirty movies?
No.
Oh man.
No, it's not. It's not. Not my experience.
That's a ruined fantasy.
I was in a crew with these. God, maybe, it's so weird.
Maybe if you're in Florida.
Maybe that's probably what it was. But yeah. I mean, I definitely saw like very attractive women laying out in bikinis and stuff, but
but none of them were like, "Hey, pool guy, my husband's not going to be home for another 2.5 hours."
No, none of them asked me to like vacuum out their vagina or whatever. I don't know.
Might you also be a pizza guy with extra sausage?
No, maybe that would have. If I was a pool guy and a pizza guy, fuck yeah, dude.
The double whammy right there.
Oh yeah.
If you know what I'm saying, wink, wink.
But we used to go up the house. The dude that would drive the van, the first stop every morning was to a liquor store, and he would buy a 12-pack of Heinekens, and he would just drink all day in the van. Like he would just drive into the next place. He's drinking. We're sitting in the back of the van.
This is just living the dream.
Yeah, man. He was the
dream.
Yeah, he was the boss man.
I'm cleaning pools and I'm drinking Heinekens.
Yep.
Like, what else is there in life? I've reached the top of the mountain.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I was let go because it was the end of the summer. And then I went on tour anyway. So it worked out nicely.
But there can only be one pool guy in the winter.
There can only be one. That's right.
In the winter.
That's the guy who gets all the shit, man. The winter pool guy.
The winter pool guy. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just raking in all the dough in the winter.
Yeah. All the dough and the poon.
It's funny. I have a friend who is a pool guy in Florida. Mm-hmm. They make a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a good place to do it because it's year round.
But so it's not like you get a job somewhere and you're a pool guy like in Florida because everyone has pools.
Yeah.
You actually have to buy your pool guy route.
Okay.
You literally and there's different prices on them. So like, and they're expensive, but it's like basically like taking out a loan. Like you buy your pool route and you get all this area where you have to service everyone's pool. It's like $90,000.
What happens if you suck and people don't want you?
Well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's. I also am not going to pretend to know how it completely works, but I know you have to buy your way into being said pool guy.
Interesting.
But then when you're done paying off your bought in price, like I said, there's different prices for different places. Then you're just like raking in the dough after that.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's a weird thing. Look into it sometime if you're bored. My buddy that moved to Florida, he would always show me. He'd be like, "Look at all these pool guy routes." He'd like, "Look at this one. This one's like 60 grand, 80 grand, 90 grand, 120 grand." Like he'd be like, "Oh man, yeah." He was like planning out his future, and now he's down there living the dream and like fucking down there in like Sarasota or some shit.
Wow.
Living out the end of days as the
there are so many pools down there, and they all have like enclosures over them because I guess for the afternoon thunderstorms. Every time I see a picture of a pool at somebody's house, it's got like it's like a awning over, or like a you know what I mean, like a glass. It's glass enclosed.
Oh, dude, the whole backyards down there that are like screened in backyards.
Yeah.
There's a pool and the whole yard is screened in. It's like it's like being inside a fucking terrarium. Like, it's the great, and some of them don't even have their grass is like grassy turf. It's not even like real grass.
Best. Yeah,
they don't have to fucking mow it. Yeah,
yeah. That's Italians are notorious for doing that shit.
Dude,
fucking guineas, like either like like removing the fucking grass and either like just concreting the backyard.
AstroTurf, 100% AstroTurf.
Yeah. With the fucking Mary on a half shell fucking statue.
Oh, dude, if I had like fuck you money, I would totally own a house in Florida that had a screened in backyard with a pool and fucking grassy turf. Oh, yeah. It would be fully fucking like landscaped with like real fucking rad plants, real plants that had like real mulch.
Right.
But that grass would be grassy turf because I can't stand to mow grass.
Oh yeah, it sucks. Just make it one big putting green. Just practice your fucking putting game.
I'm DIY as fuck about everything in life except mowing grass.
Yeah.
Fuck mowing grass.
Yard work sucks.
I got a guy. Well, I even like doing other yard work. I like planting plants. We're fucking starting a garden again. I used to have a garden. I just hate mowing grass. I don't know what it is. I can't stand mowing grass.
It does suck.
It sucks. I got a lawn guy.
Because it's always hot when you have to mow grass because it grows in the summer.
Yeah.
There's bugs.
That's right. My lawn guy's name is Kyle, because what else would his name be?
Oh yeah, Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle's cool, man. He mows my grass. Kyle makes me happy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he does.
He does.
When he mows that grass.
Yeah, well, he's not a pool guy, so don't get any ideas. he just mows grass.
You call up Kyle and you lay in your bathtub. Like, this isn't really a pool, sir.
Hey, Kyle, can you come on in here? I think I need my gutters cleaned.
It's a pool today, kid.
How much extra is it? How much extra is it to get up in my undercarriage? Kyle, do you think you can sweep out the gutters for you?
And Kyle, when I say gutter, I mean my taint.
Like, hey, Kyle, after you're done with cutting the grass, do you think you can spritz me down? Because I am wilting like a flower.
Man, well, this turned out to be a fun Just Us episode.
This fucking Cheerwine ale, dude. You know what? The second one, I like it even more. Like, the more you drink of this shit, the better it is.
Yeah. It's like a cherry cola / beer.
It's not so much like a cola, because it's weird. Like, Cheerwine is actually red.
Okay.
It's like a cherry soda, but it's like...
It's almost like...
It's minimal cola, maximum cherry. So it's like drinking a cherry Coke, except it's like... Which is weird, because...
Would it be like a Shirley Temple then? With like grenadine?
No, because it has almost a little bit of a cola. It'd be like... So cherry Coke, it'd be like a Coke cherry.
Okay.
Even though both of those are fucking ass backwards because, you know,
Yeah.
a cherry Coke
Gotcha.
should taste more like cherry because the cherry comes first, I guess. I don't know.
True. Yeah.
But it tastes more like Coke with a hint of cherry. This is like more like cherry with a hint of cola.
Cherry Coke. I used to love Cherry Coke.
Oh, dude. I'm not a soda person. I do
soda
like a good cheer
fiend.
wine from time to time because it is a
Yeah.
southern delicacy. I do love a good moxie from time to time because it is a northern delicacy. But
Yeah.
the classic, man, that cherry Coke. I if somebody puts a cherry Coke in front of me, like I don't drink much soda at all,
Yeah.
like hardly ever. But man, you put a cherry Coke, it is hard for me to say no. Like, oh, that's the classic. It's such a classic soda.
Yeah. The vanilla Coke is good too.
Oh, or a cherry vanilla Coke.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If if I go to a place that has those soda machines where it's got like
You're like the big computer
it's got
fucking
the digital screen on
Yeah,
it, you
yeah.
could mix and match the flavors. If I'm going that route, I'm getting a cherry vanilla Coke every time.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Those are my soda preferences. Really though, and I mean again, I could probably count the number of sodas that I drink per year on both my hands.
And now I haven't had a soda since I've had a couple Diet Cokes since Halloween, but I haven't had a regular soda since Halloween.
Good.
Yeah.
You shouldn't,
Yeah.
If you can drink less than 10 sodas a year,
Yeah. Yeah.
then you're good. I know I can do that because I
Yeah.
do it just about every year. But
Yeah, I mean, my seltzer / juice is,
that's a good combo.
it satisfies my craving for bathing in Coca-Cola Classic.
What's your go-to now for like seltzer plus juice?
Cranberry juice.
And what kind of seltzer? Just plain seltzer?
Just plain seltzer, half and half.
Plain seltzer, cranberry juice, seltzer half and half.
Yep.
I mean, that's not a terrible. I love a good cranberry juice.
Yeah.
What kind of cranberry juice are you getting?
Ocean Spray.
Ocean Spray. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
loaded with sugar.
Oh yeah,
totally
yeah. It's the shitty kind. Yeah. It's not the 100% juice kind.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Ocean Spray cranberry juice. I also love Ocean Spray fucking ruby red grapefruit juice.
Oh, so good.
Oh my
so
god,
good.
You should try that with seltzer. That's good too.
Maybe. Yeah. See, I can't drink it on its own now because it's too tart and sweet for me. I have to water it down because I've been watering it down for so long. Like when I drink it, if I just drink a straight up juice, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
All juice, especially Ocean Spray, should be cut with water, regardless of whether it's seltzer or regular water. It is far too fucking sweet.
Right.
I've been doing that with my daughter since day one. Like
plus it's half the calories and it lasts longer. So there you go.
Yeah. All juice should be cut with water. That's why I love vitamin water so much. Because vitamin water that's basically what it is. It's like juice cut with water.
There's a really good juice. What is it called? Damn, it comes in fruit punch and grape. And it's basically like very watered down juice. And it's I forget the name of it, but it's so fucking good.
Really? Just fruit punch and grape, huh?
Yeah, there's only 2 flavors it comes in for some reason.
Juicy juice.
It's not juicy juice. It's not juicy juice. It sounds even dumber than that if I could remember the real
juicy
name.
Juice, hands down, is not watered down.
No. Now, what is this stuff called? I forget what it's called. Whatever. But it's
all I know is the tropical mango vitamin water is fucking amazing.
Yeah, I'm a dragon fruit vitamin water guy.
That one's good too. I like that one a lot too. You got the tropical mango one.
Mango's another one of those fruits, man, that I love the fruit, but not a huge fan of the flavored stuff.
So the tropical mango vitamin water is real weird because the label is green and the juice is pink. So nothing about it makes you think mango until you read the flavor and you're like, huh. And then it does this weird thing to your brain.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it tastes like mango, to be honest.
It tastes like
colors,
pink.
man. Yeah, the colors do this weird.
It's like Hawaiian Punch. It's all the same shit, but it comes in different colors.
Well, like it tastes like a pink Starburst.
Okay. All right. That's I love pink Starburst.
Yeah, it seriously, it tastes like a pink Starburst. But it's like watered down juice. It's so good.
Speaking of marketing genius, whoever decided to just make bags of pink Starburst only,
Oh, but,
Nike needs to hire them.
yeah,
Too.
duh. I don't know how it took Starburst that long to
Yeah.
figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
Also,
So good.
I can't remember what I was listening to. I was listening to somebody talk about, speaking of marketing genius, about Liquid Death. Oh, I know it is. Johnny Harris YouTube. I don't know if you know who Johnny Harris is, but his YouTube channel is fucking fantastic.
Okay.
Independent journalist, and it's a team of people. It's not just him. Like so good, like pretty devoid of politics.
Yeah.
And dude has some great videos. But he put out one of those little like shorts about Liquid Death, and he was like, whoever the marketing people for Liquid Death are fucking brilliant.
Oh yeah.
It was like they marketed fucking water in a can.
Yep.
And they marketed to people's like inner like anti-establishment. He was like they've become a $700 million company now.
Yep.
Marketing to people's like anti-establishment, like punk rock roots, metal roots, and they're fucking killing it. And he was like, the marketing people for that fucking company are fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
And they will sponsor just about anybody in that genre too, across many genres. They really are brilliant.
God damn it.
I have, since that whole like Liquid Death is a $700 million company came out like somewhat recently, I have seen a rash of like punk rockers and people like with some negative opinions about that.
Of course.
And like, what are you fucking talking about? Just they are a truly independent company.
Yeah, they're all losers.
They're selling water in a can.
Yeah.
Like their sparkling water is amazing.
Yeah.
Their lime and their melon is
iced tea is really good.
Amazing. It's just, and their iced teas are really fucking good too.
Yeah.
Like they built something themselves and made their company worth $700 million. They did a truly DIY punk rock thing, and fucking people love it.
Yeah.
And you're gonna fucking hate on that?
That's the one thing I can't stand about punks.
Like they never sold out to a corporation.
I know.
They made that. They built that shit themselves.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously, there's nothing is ever really truly DIY. They had help. Obviously, they had fucking help, but like, they are not owned by a parent company.
Right.
They own themselves.
Right.
Like,
yeah. If you don't smell like shit with a cruddy leather jacket and live under a bridge, some punks will never fucking,
Yeah. If you don't just like continuously give your art away for free, I'm convinced that it's just jealousy.
It is. It's because they're never going to think of it. They're losers. They're never going to think of anything like that.
Like the one thing I feel like I have been asked a lot by and I'm not projecting myself up there that much. Shows my old band played where like maybe some bands opened for us or whatever. And there was some good ones,
Yeah.
There were some bad ones, obviously, but I think that the question that I mostly got asked by a lot of people was like, how do you get people to like your music?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Like, I can't even believe you're asking me that question.
Right. Yeah.
Play good music.
Yeah. Be good.
Put on a show.
Don't suck.
Yeah. Like put on a show and play good music. I don't know. Like keep it simple. Don't fucking overthink things in your own head. But like, I
don't play a 50-minute set of boring shit. That's the worst.
Keep practicing. Keep practicing. I guess is the actual best advice I could give. But like, if people don't like your music, it means that people don't like your music.
Right.
And that goes for everybody across the board. Like that's it. Like if people aren't into what you're doing, that's exactly what that means.
Right. Yeah, it's very straightforward. But people always want to
Yeah.
They just don't. Some people just can't admit.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, like if that
Yeah.
hurts people's feelings or offends people, but like if people aren't digging what you're doing, then try
That's the only
something.
real answer.
Try something different.
Yeah.
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 Because like people are gonna like what they like, you know.
Right.
It's it's a pretty simple equation.
Yeah.
And,
Totally.
and like I feel like there's not enough people on this planet anymore that say shit like that because they're worried about offending people.
Oh yeah, but and so what's happening is all this shit is being released.
That's the fact. That's the fact of the matter, or the matter of a fact. Yeah. Like that's just it's what it is, and that's not at all me saying like, oh, what I did is better than what you. Like, there's plenty of people who fucking hate all the shit that I do. I'm sure there's plenty of people that hate this podcast. There's plenty of people that fucking hate my band. You know, and there's I mean, look at fucking NoFX. There's so many people that fucking hate NoFX.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's also way more people that love them. You know? Like it's just it is what it is. Like, don't get offended over it. Just like, hey, if people aren't liking what I'm doing, I got to change something up. Like, don't get offended.
Yeah, I know.
Like your shit doesn't stink or something.
Right.
You know, just change some shit up. You know, figure out different ways to avenue your way through life. Like it's not really that big of a fucking deal. It's just that means you probably got to change some things. I know I've changed massive amounts of things in my life.
Yeah.
Like goddamn. Like
yep.
Or just keep doing what you're doing and wondering what's wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
Like until you find the one person who likes it and then just do it for them.
There's so many people on this planet who have done things that massive amounts of people like way more than shit I've done, you know, like
yeah. I think we should wrap it up. I need to go eat something. Thanks for hanging out for another week. Be sure to check out punkboxrocks.com and merchslut.com. Check us out on all social media outlets at Our Brains Hurt and at ourbrainshurt.com. We will talk to you next week. Stay safe. Adios.
How do I do this shit? I can still hear you. So what do I have to press? Close.